Crimson Desert on the Steam machine. I'm testing it solely in high density combat, and I'm testing 1080p, 1440p and 4K. And I'm going to give you my recommended settings, and we're also going to check the difference between FSR qualities, and we're also going to check FSR versus XeSS and frame gen, and finally how it looks being played on a 50-inch 4K TV. I'm not going to have voiceover for the different settings, but I will walk you through the settings that I recommend for this one, and I'm going to give my verdict at the end of the video.
Still going. You can't go for much longer.
Now I have an FSR test here. I'm looking at FSR Ultra Performance, Performance and Quality, and FSR 4.1 has become so good that it's kind of hard to tell the difference. And there is definitely a difference in the performance. So if you set FSR 4.1 to performance, it does not look bad at all. This is at high settings on 1080p. And comparing it to XeSS just isn't really there yet. I think it's just a bit more smudged, but these upscalers are really starting to look pretty good.
That's your best shit standards. Death to all the northern curs! You worthless curs! Come here, you slippery shit! You worthless curs! I don't lose to the likes of you. Do you have have even a single idea where you are. You'll choke on your blood. This is not playground for you, scum! This isn't fair. You're not in here.
Now for this one, I wanted to show you what it looks like being played on a TV. The camera is about 2 meters away from the TV. This is a 50-inch 4K Sony TV, and currently these are my recommended settings at 1440p. You can see the FPS up there. I'm using FSR Performance, and personally looking at it from 2 or 3 meters away, it looks pretty good. It's really hard to tell the difference between 1440p and 4K, at least for me, from that distance. And next up, I have, again, my recommended settings this time at 1080p. And this time the camera is set a bit further away. I would say this is about 2.5 meters away from the TV. And it's probably hard to tell here on the video, but this is what it would look like if you were playing at 1080p. Obviously, if you zoom in on some of the characters and look at the detail, you're definitely going to see that it's 1080p. But in general gaming scenarios, it does not really look as bad as people make it out to be. Now, these are going to be my recommended settings. You can pause the screen here and you can see here what I've chosen. Most of it is going to be on the low. Keep in mind with Crimson Desert, the low isn't the lowest. There is one step below that. These are going to be my recommended settings for 1440p. And you are not really going to hit 60 FPS most of the time. But again, keep in mind I'm testing the heaviest combat here, the most dense combat. And really, most of the game you're gonna hit 60 FPS without issues, but sometimes in big fights it's gonna drop to 55 FPS. This is without any frame gen, by the way. And the next clip is going to showcase what these settings look like at 1440p.
You bastard!
So in terms of my verdict, I think Crimson Desert on the Steam machine is not a bad experience, but you do have to compromise a bit with the quality. I would personally probably play it at 1080p or 1440p. With my recommended settings, you can get a good experience and it will visually look good, and the balance between visual and smoothness will be quite good with that FPS almost hitting 60. But if you do want it to stay above 60, you probably need to bump it down to 1080p, and you can do medium at 1080p or 60 FPS and you should be able to keep it for the most part of the game. This is again with upscaling, so there's just no way around it. We have to use upscaling in order to reach these numbers. And on top of that, if you decide, you can also use frame gen. I think frame gen is really a good option once a game hits 50-60 FPS. Using frame gen on top of that will give you pretty good results. You're still gonna be input latency, but it's almost not noticeable. Kind of depends on the game. For these third-person RPG games, I think it's pretty good. That's gonna be it for Crimson Desert on the Steam machine. Let me know in the comments what do you guys think. Let me know what other games I should test, and if you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike and let me know what I can do to improve. And if you're into Steam, Steam Deck, Steam machines, Steam hardware and gaming handhelds, consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.